Well, I think it's a bit late, but let's try this anyway. And I forgot to share on social media. Okay, that's fine. Maybe on LinkedIn. Yeah, I think I try for a while. Okay, there we go. I tried for a while streaming on Twitch, and I had to say that although it's the go-to place to streaming, I found several things that I didn't really like. For starters, oh wait, let me. I really should remember to configure the stream before going live. I'm sorry, but anyway, let's keep presentations simple, I guess. There we go. My name is Jorge Escobar, and I'm going to this stream is going to be a series, and I'm going to be building a dice roller application. Basically, I'm going to click something, a dice is going to roll, and I'm going to get a random number. It turns out that when I actually Google about it, this is what came out. It already exists. If you Google dice roll or something like that, you get this. And it's pretty much what I want to build. You click over here to get one or more dice of your liking. And you click on roll. When you click on roll, you get a random number. In this case, it's a 6-sided dice. And if you click over here, you get 2 or more dices. And you just roll the dices with the roll button, and you get the sum. So this is pretty much what I want to build. It already exists, okay? The purpose of this is for me to actually create a simple application. Well, quote unquote simple. I want to create a simple application in order to practice programming with Python, because I haven't yet to learn anything else after my initial bootcamp with Python. But anyway, okay. I wonder why my eyes are closed. I'm not closing my eyes. Okay, maybe the microphone. Maybe the microphone is getting funny again. Please don't. There we go. Okay, there we go. Hello? Maybe I need to... There we go. That should be enough. Well, that's the general idea. The idea is to... Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm still on YouTube. No. The general idea is basically just that, to create this thing over here. To create a dice roll application. Wait, I think I need to fix something else. I don't think so. Okay. There we go, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's That's okay. Well, I don't want to distract myself too much. But anyway, this is what I want to build. It's basically a dice roll application. So you can click on the dices to remove them. You can click on the dice, on the several-sided dices, and roll them to get the values, and you get to see the total down here. You see? It's a very simple concept, and you can mix and match different kinds of dice. And I want to replicate this very same application using Python. So the two main challenges will be, well, one is to obviously to create the logic for all of this, you know. And the second one is to create a graphical user interface, because I don't want it to be just a command line application that I can call. And although it's basically Python is a command line programming thing anyway, but being able to click something, this is just perfect. This is what I want to build. I was looking to find an application, but I didn't think that I was going to find one already done here. And as you can see here, there is a little animation there. There is a little animation, but I don't see any other numbers on this. So that tells me that the roll animation, I think it may be just a GIF or an animation file, maybe a video, I don't know. I don't think it's being rendered in real time. So I think the roll animation is pre-recorded, and I'm just seeing the actual number here in the middle. I guess it makes sense. So on my analysis will say, well, this is a 12-sided dice. You can add several dices, for example, and you can see the total down here. And this button over here, the gray one, allows you to have a number. Let's say maybe you're playing Dungeons and Dragons and your strength is 5, and you are making a roll, and you are basically okay, you have a 5 of strength or something like that, I don't know, and roll a 20 dice to check something, I don't know. So you are going to 6 plus 5 is 11. So that's pretty much it. And this way you only get the dices. You're playing a board game, a regular board game, maybe 2 dices is enough. See, 4 plus 5 is 9. And that's what I want to do. I want to replicate basically this application. So I don't really need to think too much about it. Somebody already did this in Google. And I want to basically replicate this thing. Well, that's the idea. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that in Python, obviously. I already created a little folder for my project. It's called dice. And I already created a Git repo for that. And this is the Git ignore. I am including the obvious, the macOS, Windows, Linux, Python, Visual Studio Code. So the basics. Let's close this. And this is where I'm going to be building the application on this folder. So that's the general idea, I think. Anyway, well, first thing first, it's 9:40 p.m. On a Tuesday. There we go. 9:40 p.m. Central Standard Time on a Tuesday. And I'm going to be building this. I don't know how many sessions it's gonna take me to build this thing, but I guess that's the fun of it. I guess. I think there we go. Unity is playing funny right now. I don't know what, but anyway. Well, the first thing will be to create probably just one file. And let's call this the main.py. Or let's just call it, yeah, the main is okay. Main.py. And here, there we go. I'm going to insert the current date and time of the project. And I guess I can type down here. This is a roll dice app in Python. Probably just like this. Maybe I don't need any imports right now. So I'm going to be playing around with what I want to achieve. So I guess what the logic would be to, you know what? I was thinking just, that will be too easy. Just return one number from 1 to 6 and like this. And this is a simple random generated number. I think the library is actually called random in order to generate this thing. And it's not very difficult. But now that I see this, I guess I could actually ask, okay, so how many sides does this dice have? Well, 4, 6, 7. So I was thinking maybe to make it interesting, I could actually say, you know what? I want to pick how many sides the dice is going to have. So this is basically how many, the range of the numbers, basically from 1 to 4, or from 1 to 6, to 8, to 10. And that could be the first parameter for the roll. And the next thing will be, well, now that we know how many sides does the dice have, then I need to pick one number between 1 and the number I just gave, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So in theory, I could just get any number of dices rolling. So I can actually build dices by giving whatever sides the dice needs to have, and just I don't know, roll the dice and see what numbers do I get. So it's obvious that I'm going to require some a library in particular. I will say, I think it's from import random, maybe. Import random. Maybe random dot choices. I don't really know this library. Maybe I should take a look at it first. It's a library. And there we go. What does this do? Oh, come on. Are you serious? Okay, what this thing does is import random. Oh, interesting. He's creating a list. And there is something called choice, random.choice. And here's the list. Very well. I was thinking more like, give me a random number for, well, a list of values is okay. But I was thinking more like, ask me the range, maybe. Maybe a list, creating a list from the range. That could be a list expansion, I think it's called. There we go. And there we go. How to make list expansions to list extension, I guess. No. Extending a list, okay. Appending multiple values, no. No, I think it's called list comprehensions. Yeah. Yeah, that I think is list comprehension. There we go. A new list for X in fruits. If A is in X, then new list append A. And this is a list. This is how to do it, but you can actually put the logic down there. Try it myself. I guess I can run it. Apple, banana, mango. All the fruits with an A, with a X. New list is X. For X in fruits, if the letter A exists in X. So apple, banana, mango. So all the fruits with an A inside. Okay. So I was thinking more like, well, X for X and maybe just a range. Range from 1 to 6, maybe. What happens if I just put 6? Oh, it's a start at 0, obviously. Okay, it's fine. So I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is not doing 6? Maybe it's starting at 1 but finishing at 6. It's still counting the 0 as the first element. So I guess 7. If I do this, 0 is going to be part of the 0 is going to be part of the roll dice. So I guess 1 to 7. Okay, so with this I can return a dice, I guess. I'm going to get a list, maybe not the best thing in the world, but I'm getting a list. And now I can combine that with the random model. I can pass that as an array and just print out with the random the choice. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try to do this simple thing. Well, it looks simple. So let's see the terminal. Python 3, the main 4. 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1. And I basically just what? And just rolling dice. I just rolling that could be my basic logic, I guess. But obviously I need to just spitting out ideas. So let's make this well, I do have my first mission, I guess, is to create 2 things. The first thing will be to create the actual dice. And obviously I was thinking about making it very hacky the first day, you know, trying to just hack around something, get the behavior. And then, well, remember the behavior because it's been a while since I was programming with Python. I have 2 weeks of not really studying Python every single day. So I was studying Informatica for my job, for my new job. Thank you. Thank you, God. And the people that hire me. But thank you very much. So I can dedicate my free time to more passion programming with Python, I guess, passion projects. So anyway, so I'm going to replace this with, I guess, a function or something in order to get the result I want. And basically this rolls the dice. So this is basically the dice roll method, function, whatever else. And this is basically the creation of the dice. Well, so to speak. So those are the 2 main steps that I'm supposed to be fulfilling. Anyway, so I guess I'm just hacking around stuff, but this is the basic thing I want to achieve. So I will refactor this very quickly just to say, you know what, this is a 6-sided. This is a 6-sided dice. Just rename. Just so now we can create more dices. For example, I don't know. I already have them here, I guess. By the way, did I publish this on Twitter? Did I publish this thing on Twitter? I don't know. Yeah, it's on Twitter. Okay. Anyway. Okay, why are you warning? Because it's no longer. Yeah, that's fine. I'm looking for the dice application is here. Okay. So here, down here, can I actually use my tools? There we go. So I have a 4-sided dice, a 6-sided dice, an 8-sided dice. So here are the basic dices, really. So let's pick them as examples and create a 4, 6, I already have it, an 8, a 10, a 12, and 20. Yeah, why not? Let's make them all. Let's make them. So the numbers are 4, 6, 8, 10. I think with these 3 will be more than enough. And the difference will be that I just need 4 values here. And here I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now, if I say, well, I want you to print an 8-sided dice once at least. You know, let's open the terminal. There we go. I guess you can see that. So I got a 7 that is bigger than 6. A 6, a 4, 2, 6, 6, 8. So I'm rolling an 8-sided dice. So this is fine, I guess. But I'm being hacky, and I'm not even consistent with my formatting, because all of this code is just quick and dirty. I'm playing around, really. But now I already identified the 2 tasks that I want to achieve for today. The first task will be to create a dice with 6 sides or whatever, with X sides, whatever number of sides I want, and then roll the dice. So the dices are really lists, and I'm using the random model that already comes with Python in order to roll the dice. So let's see, what can we do here? Probably, oh, by the way, how do I, what did I put there? Okay. I don't know, maybe I should put that I am a VTuber or something. Yeah, maybe I'm going to retweet my own thing. Yeah, VTuber practicing. There we go. Anyway, so there we go. Okay, so those are the 2 things I want to do. So, and by the way, well, I'm not going to add the main yet to the main repo. What I want to do now is to create a folder for my tests. And I'm going to be working at test-driven development. Well, I want to, so. Test dice.py. There we go. So this is going to be the test for the dice app. I don't know. I guess I don't think I'm just going to import the main No, if I recall correctly, what I really need to import, well, I am storing this into another folder. I don't remember really how I did it last time, but I need unit test first. And now I need to import the main. There is an issue. Oh, no, it's fine. Now I'm going to create the test class. I don't really remember how I did it the last time, so I guess the complete Python, I don't know what, section 15. That's the unit test. Okay, maybe I should just open a new window for that. Oh wait, I already did. Okay, cd learning Python section 15. There we go. I wonder if I can open that here. There we go. I can. So everything. Oh, there we go. Everything is on the same folder. So that's why it's not going to be that easy to test. I wonder how do I import everything when there is not when it belongs to another folder, to a test folder. But anyway, let's go. Well, I already have that thing, but this thing, I would like to copy this and paste it here. So this is the end. There we go. Unit test main. Is that okay? What is this? Yeah, how do I import main? It's on the same folder, but what happens if the library is on a superior folder, on another folder? Well, let's try to use, let's do do a stuff. Okay, so test 1. Oh, assert. Oh, this is a class, okay. Does this, oh wait, unit test, I think. How does this work? Is there we go. This is how you call it. It's not just directly assert true, and I'm just going to do false. There we go. I'm just testing the stuff. So I want to run this test first and see if I can just make it work. Okay, so ls test dice. How do I run unit tests? 523 unit. No. How do I run unit test? Damn it, I forgot already. Wow. No. That was an ad. Why did you betray me? There we go. Nothing better than the official documentation for this thing. How do I run that? There we go. I think it's this thing. Okay, so I guess it actually found the unit test. So let me see if I can get at least something here. Let's create just this do stuff just to try out if I can actually see something here. Oh wait, I already can. If I just want to see if I can get something here, I might print 6-sided dice and see if I'm getting something. Main dot. There we go. I think it's going to work. So let's run the test again. Oh wait, did I save? I don't see. Maybe I need to do it verbose. No, never mind. Oh, and for the model, verbose. I don't see it. It's -b. So how do I use it? I just want an example. There we go. It's just the same thing. I think I did that. Unit test with purpose at the end. It runs 0 test. Why? And this runs 0 test again. What happens? Yeah, I am on dice. You were running test. Oh no, you never run any test. Yeah, you never run any test. Okay. Okay, fine. -b and the test model. There we go. Now it's working properly, I guess. But I should be able to import. Yeah, the thing is that since the model is not on the same folder, it's on the parent folder, then I don't remember how to import. I guess that's more like a Python issue. Yes. I want to import NibPy inside LivePy. Okay, how do I do that? Oh, okay. Huh? Well, I guess now I think I understand why the teacher of the course is putting everything on the same folder. So I wonder. Let's open the course, another course, because I was working with several courses. Here. No, I do remember now, I think. Yeah, that was unit test. For Java. I guess it's behind now. I do have a lot of courses that I need to see, to watch. What is the unit testing? There we go, it's this one here. But I think that he's doing it with the Python, with the PyTest. He's doing it with PyTest, that's for sure.
To talk about test search. So we touched on test searching in PyTest last time, very briefly. And you'll recall we did that by, well, creating some directories, right? We created a test module, we created another directory with some, we had a widget test, we had a sub-widget test, and we showed that with PyTest, it will automatically dig down as far as it needs to go and look for tests. It will search for tests as long as those tests match this pattern that we give it here, meaning in our pytest.ini file, which you see is currently the only...
Yeah, no, not the same thing. Let me see, how am I supposed to use this thing? Okay, that's fine. I create a class inheriting from test case from unit test. I define my test. Assert equals, but he's asserting here. He's not importing anything. I may like to see how are you supposed to. And I don't want to put everything on the same folder. That will be stupid. Test discovery. There we go. This is new in Python 3.2. Okay. Okay, this is exactly what I need, I guess. Should I use it like this? Okay, let's try out. As I always say on my podcast, this is the cost of figuring out. Okay, it ran 0 tests, so it didn't find anything. I am on the dice, and there is my test die folder. Everything is there. Let's go to test dice, and let's try to discover things here. There we go. It failed to import main. Yes, because main does not exist inside this folder. Main exists on the parent folder. Okay, so I need to figure out how am I supposed to import this file. Start directory. Oh, nice. So dot is the default. Okay. Okay. I guess this is the key. Oh, okay. So I guess the name of the folder is not okay. So yeah. Okay, let me, well, maybe not here, but
or code when we're performing unit testing, meaning
What?
we have some code that we've written or that we are...
no. Maybe here. Maybe I'm going to rewatch a course.
Let's talk about a few more neat things that you can do with unit test. And remember, you can always go to the documentation on the Python website and learn more about some of the things that you can do.
But I think he's doing...
That is, when we do this, we actually get more information about the test that we ran.
Yes.
So it gives you a little bit more detail. Variables, maybe that you...
But I believe he's... let's go to code REPL. Now that I putting attention to it, I think that's the reason why he's putting the test file and the file being tested on the same folder. He's mixing things. Okay, so I wonder if the name of the folder... Yeah, there we go. New project, anti-gravity, test. Test anti-gravity, okay. New project, anti-gravity, test gravity. Yeah, you can just run and run the anti-gravity model. Okay, fine. Oh, I can run this, okay. Or it's not finding anything, so I guess I might try to discover doesn't find... Well, it's finding a test here, but it's unable to import main. Now, let's try to do the same thing, but it's not doing anything. Okay. It found a test, but it's unable to load main, maybe? Okay, let's see. Okay, error. Test dice, failed test. Import error, failed to import the test model test dice. What? No, this is another thing. I'm not doing this the right way. It's not finding anything. Well, I guess the way to go will be to get into the dice. Maybe I need to rename the folder name. Let's try that, because if I recall, well, let's see this post. You just need to test the model itself and anti-gravity and test anti-gravity, and then unit test anti-gravity. That's fine. Anti-gravity with this code. Make it a package. I don't remember doing that. Oh yeah, I need to make it a package. Yeah, I think I just need to create this file empty, and that's telling Python that this is supposed to be a package. I'm going to do that first. So I need to play around with this test dice. Okay, I guess a new file. So now this is a package. I just save it. That's the first step, I guess. Also make test a package. Okay. I guess I guess this could be test. Well, test dice is since test dice. This is the folder. I already created here something. Okay, so down here, this is the root, and I'm creating this as a package. Is that it? And the test models inside this package, you can import the anti-gravity package and its model as usual. Oh, nice. From anti-gravity, import anti-gravity. Oh, okay. So the name of the folder is given the name of the package. Okay, in my case, dice. Is that the name? Yeah, dice is the name of my model, I guess. If I recall correctly, I only need to create an empty file called init.py. And that should be enough for me to be able to import the model, maybe. Okay, let's open that. And just practicing basic stuff that I never get to practice, because obviously now that I'm trying more to structure my project in the right way, I think, and organize stuff in folders. Well, I guess let's keep reading, I guess. Okay. Okay, so he's running the unit test discover for Python 3. Okay. I'm using Python 3 anyway. Python 3. Oh, it actually works. Okay, I get it now. Maybe I should create so just creating, if I recall correctly, years ago, somebody gave me the tip that if I create an empty file called init.py, just like with double underscore before and after, this entire folder becomes its own model. So I guess well, I guess this is okay. This is fine. Yeah, no problem. But I might like to maybe create a folder structure, because well, main is okay for main things and stuff, but it's going to grow a little bit. So let's make this if I call it dice again, it's going to have issues, is it? How should you be called? Well, the main folder is called dice, but if I create I can create a new folder called dice and move main and the init.py inside there. Yes. Save. There we go. I wonder if I can still run this thing. No. Well, it ran one test, but it's unable to find. It's unable to find the main model anymore, because it's not called main anymore. No, it's called main, but I need to give it a fully qualified name, I guess. There we go. From dice, import main, and that's because now where is dice coming from? Well, since I created a new folder and I put my main file inside there, here's the init.py, it's empty. So this means that the dice folder becomes a model. So from the model dice, import main. And main is the actual script with the files. Okay, so now I can just importing line is going to change here a little bit. What the hell is this? No. And now I can try to run my test again. There we go. It's running the test, and the number you see here is the actual dice roll. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So I guess 7 and etc. etc. Okay, so it's working correctly. I'm not seeing this print though, so I may like to do that. I guess that if I say dash verbose, No, it's not doing it's not doing anything. It's a list with integers. It's not printing that out. Do I need to do anything else here? I'm not sure. It's asserting true, but it's not printing anything. Let me see the code over here. Is there a print or something here? No. 8. It didn't run any tests, so it's executing main. Yeah, it's not finding the tests. For maybe I need to get into the dice. I don't think so. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's executing main for some reason. It's running this. Let me see. Well, this is the test, but it's actually printing out the 8-sided dice. Okay, maybe I should try something easier to read. Print from main.py, just to know where I am. And from test dice.py, just to know where I am. And there we go. There is the message from main.py. So it's executing main.py. I don't understand why, though. Well, I guess it's finding dice over here. The funny thing is that it's not telling me anything bad here, but it's just not finding. Maybe the name of the folder is wrong. Maybe it needs to be called test. What? Why not? It's not letting me rename the thing. Why not? What? Why not? Oh, because I am inside there or what? GitLab dice. No, it's not that. Dice and test dice. Okay. From main. Why are you running main? I don't get it. Oh, wait. I know why. Because I think it's importing it correctly, but it's not running any test. It's not letting me. Why not? Can I, It's not letting me. That's weird. Let's try from here. MB test die to just dice. To just test. Cannot move. Permission denied. Why? I do have permissions. It's weird. Is any other process making use of that file or something? I don't think so. There is nothing here. It's not letting me. I don't know why. Maybe with sudo? Permission denied. Not even sudo can do anything. That's weird. Let's begin closing stuff. Let's close everything. Open folder again. Dice. There we go. And yet in the sprint, I don't know why really. Okay, can I modify this thing? No, it's not letting me do anything now. That's really weird. Can I delete this? I can actually. Oh, I'm not recovering that easily. Well, I can recover that. But anyway, I guess I'm wasting too much time. I just want to create a folder and store my test inside. But I guess I'm digressing way too much on that, so I guess I'm gonna have to do it dirty. Quick and dirty it is. But it should not be that way. Let me see. Okay, so this dude is creating for a structure like yours. It's like this. Okay. Well, let's try this structure because it's a new project anyway. I can just run this and it's going to test it. Well, and maybe at this step, at this point, I don't really need to overcomplicate things. Let's put it on the root. And let's delete dice. There we go. Let's delete bycatch. I don't need it. So here is main. And what? You are going to be called tests plural. I wonder if it's going to be an issue with that. Test underscore dice, I guess. Okay. And main, you're going to be renamed to dice. Okay. Okay, so what now? Well, here you're going to import unit test. I'm going to create a class. And what's the naming convention for the test? It doesn't say. I do still have the other file. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Inside GitLab. Okay, test and the name of whatever I'm testing. Test the stuff. Yeah, this is okay. Import dice. And since both are in the same folder, it's going to be found. And oh wait, no, not here. This is dice. And this is test dice. There we go. And you are going to be test dice unit from test case from the unit test library. Test the stuff, I guess that's one. Assert true. Let's say false, so it fails, doesn't matter. And this should work. GitLab dice. I forgot already. Wow. I already forgot about the command. I guess this is going to... I can just run this thing. And there we go. The test fails. It runs one test, it fails. As it should. Okay. Well, I guess I can focus now on writing tests. Let's open this thing. What time is it? 10:30. Okay. 10:32 actually. Okay, let's try. Let's try creating a dice. Test. Create dice. Test 1. Creates a dice of 6 sides. Okay, so I guess I can make the explanation a little bigger. Returns this list. I'm going to put the list over here. I think I actually have it. There we go. This is just the message. Test number 1 creates a dice of 6 sides, returns this list. Okay, so assert equals, oh wait, assert list equals, there we go. So that's the list I want to assert. And I guess this is just the first list number 1. And list number 2. Well, obviously this is going to pass. So I need to generate the both lists. So let's say expected list or expected result is going to be equals to this. And expected result and the dice list should be, or 6-sided dice or dice list should be equals to, well, in this case it's the same thing, but I just want to illustrate what I'm trying to do. Assert list equals, is this list over here, should be equals to this other list. Oh wait, no, well, not literally, it's I've messed up. There we go. So the expected result should be equals to the dice list, but obviously the dice list is not going to be the same list because that will be dump, I guess. I wonder if I can just import dice. And now from dice dot, what is the 6-sided dice? There we go. I'm going to recover from the dice the 6-sided dice and assign it to the dice list. And I'm going to compare, well, I can basically refactor this and move it down here, but I think this is way better. I think it's better illustrated. Okay, let's save it. And there we go. I guess that if I import an 8, an 8-sided dice is going to fail. And it's actually showing me why it failed. It failed because the X-sided dice is contains extra values 7 and 8, those are not supposed to be there. So that's why it's failing the test anyway. Okay, let's see. Creating a 6-sided die. That's fine and dandy. But now I am on the green part of the testing cycle, because I pass it from red to green with very hacky code, and that's not really the way to go. So this is basically cheating. So what I want to do is refactor this line of code over here into an actual function. Or, well, yeah, let's try a function first before complicating my own life by making a class. You know, so let's try to refactor it as a function. So let's say def, and let's say 6. Let's use the same name, why not? 6-sided dice, and you are going to return this list. And there we go. Now the issue I'm going to have is that, well, first, if I'm going to return this, now it's not a variable. This is not a variable anymore. So I need to actually call this as a method or a function. So here, 6-sided dice is no longer like this. Okay, so it's actually telling me that it already recognized that this is going to return a list of ints. I'm actually executing this function, and it should work the same. There we go, from main.py. And that's pretty much it. So the function is actually returning a 6-sided dice. Okay. But now, I wonder if I can refactor that same function to actually return a list comprehension and ask for, how do you call it? Defining the number of sides or the size of this list over here. So if I recall, I was looking for list comprehensions around here. There we go. I'm going to steal this code. Let's go back to the dice code. So this is the function itself. So what about if I create a new function? Def, and let's call it I don't know, create dice maybe. And I'm going to put here a parameter. Let's say number of sides. Really long name, but I don't know. And the default, let's say, is going to be a 2 maybe, because having a one-sided dice is not really okay, I guess. So the minimal number of 2, I guess. That will be a coin, actually. And instead of returning this this list over and over again and creating a list for every single dice, I guess I might like to return a list comprehension and building the list dynamically. Oh wait, I actually already have this as a. There we go. I learned that if I use this, there we go. It's underscore is the name of the variable instead of x, and not knowing what x is. It's best practice in the PEP to actually use this. And instead of this, I will say, for example, Oh, here's the range actually. Then I will say in a range of wait a minute. And here is where I'm going to be starting playing. So let's say that we are going to start at 1 always. We are starting at 1. And we stop at the number of sides. Wait, what? No, just the number of sides. Let's stop at... What are you doing? I just want to copy this text. Control C, Control B. Okay, why are you giving me trouble now? The number of sides is going to be 2 maybe, but the range function is going to start at 0. And the next argument needs to be, there we go, where it's going to stop. So I need to, if I want to start it from 1 to 6, and I pass the number of sides as 6, then I need to make it +1 because this range is going to start at 0. So I need to make +1 here. So it's going to add 1 extra, and I'm going to get now 1 through 6. If I don't, I'm going to get only 1 through 5, and that's not what I'm hoping. It's going to return, this thing is going to return this if I give it number 6 as the argument. And how do I test this? Well, let's try to call the create dice with a test. Let's go. As you can see here, let's try to pass this test because I'm refactoring. I'm not writing another test yet. I'm refactoring that. So how do I return this? Instead of returning this, let's delete that. I'm going to call the create dice function, and I'm going to pass a 6-sided dice with a 6. And that should actually work. Let's rerun the testing. And it looks like I passed the test. So what happens here is that the function 6-sided dice still exists, but instead of returning the list directly, I'm calling the create dice. I'm passing 6 as an argument, and it's going to land over this parameter here. And then I'm going to create a list comprehension from 1 here up to 6 plus 1. So it's going to be 7. The trick here is that lists begin at 0, which means that it's going to have 7 elements from 0. There is a 0 element that is not here. So it's a 0, 1 is the second, 2 is the third, 3 is the fourth, and so forth, up until 6. So I'm passing the second. So let's create a node. I guess that's enough. But let's make the other dices, you know. Let's try with a 4-sided dice. Let's try that. But first, let's create the test for that. Let's copy this test. And I'm going to create a failing test. A dice of 4 sides. And it should return this thing. There we go. So, test number 2. Create a die is no longer going to be called, well, I will say create a 6-sided dice. Create test, create 6-sided dice. This is the name of this test. And now let's create a 4-sided dice. Like this. Create 4-sided dice. Create a die for size. It returns from this array over here. This is the expected result. Well, I'm going to actually Remove prints. I don't have any prints here. Okay. And here, I may like to, instead of calling the six-sided dice, I might like to reuse my create dice, you know. Why should I? Four-sided dice. Four-sided dice. I'm going to actually refactor this as a six-sided dice. And a six-sided dice. Just to make it even clearer, okay? Okay. So this is my test. It's going to create a four-sided dice. It should return this list. This is the expected result. It's wrong. Should be this. This is the expected result. And the four-sided dice, I'm not going to be calling this. What am I going to be calling? Create dice with a fourth. Okay. Create a dice with a 4 as a parameter. Okay. This should create a four-sided dice, and that should, well, it's not going to fail, obviously. So I am skipping the failing step. Or maybe I should not. Yeah, maybe I should just not, well, I'm going to skip it anyway because I already have this function over here. So I guess, and I think it's a little bit dumb to, well, let's, why not? Let's create the four-sided dice function. Why not? Like this, you know. And I'm just going to be pass, I guess. And that should fail. Okay. There we go. This is a four-sided dice. It's no longer requiring an argument. And this should fail. Just to make it, just to be formal, you know, it's going to fail. The second test is going to fail. The list object is not callable. Why not? Oh well, yeah, because it's not going to return anything. Okay, so I am on the red face. Now I should basically just copy paste this thing here and ask it for a four-sided dice. Oh wait, did I save? Four-sided dice. It's the same dice or save. Create dice 4. That should have passed. It didn't, so let's see why. Error. Type error. List object is not callable. Let's see, what did I do differently? Expected result. Okay, let's see where. And test die line 18. In test create four-sided dice. Four-sided dice for four. I think the name is different, maybe. Oh wait, I know why. It's being rewritten down here. That's why. It's still running this thing. Yeah, I need to get this code over here, or it's going to be a pain. Yeah, it's going to keep running the code. There we go. If name is main, then unit test main. That's fine. And here, there we go. This entire code, this thing over here, let's put it here. There we go. So now it's no longer running the main. Yeah, I am importing the code, but I'm no longer running the print statement, and it's running properly now. Okay, because I was overriding four-sided dice, the function with this thing over here. Although, oh yeah, it's not callable. since this is a list, you cannot call this variable as a function or method because it's not a callable object. So, okay. And, well, maybe I should refactor the actual tests now because these things don't really, they don't really need to exist, really. Because I can create any kind of dice by just calling this function. And it's very obvious for me now. I can create dice. And if I need a 6-sided dice, I put a 6 over here. And, oh wait, obviously I need to import dice. So, or maybe from dice, import, create dice. And now I can just call it directly here. That's even better. I can just copy this code and replace all of this with a call to the create dice function. And I just pass a 4 because it is a 4-sided dice. And if I run the test, I guess I should be getting, okay, all tests pass. And the dice is looking great. My brain is actually working better. Okay, so, okay, let's delete this thing. And maybe just for the sake of the argument, I should, well, I already know that I'm going to be getting, how do you call it? This function alone creates the dices, okay? But I may like to validate data types. One thing that I want to learn, and this topic wasn't touched during any course, is what happens when I want to validate data types inside as parameters. So data type, maybe like this. Parameter validation, best practices. Thank you. Best practices is always nice. Okay. No, this is overcomplicated. Okay. Instance. Now that's interesting. Yeah, I can assert data types. Using native Python. Where's a function? No, this is not what I'm looking for. Python specify data type parameter. There we go. How do Python functions handle the types of parameters that you pass? Yeah, I just passed the name. Oh, there we go. One interesting thing has changed since 2010. When the question was first asked, namely the implementation. Okay, so this is already implemented in Python 3. You can now actually, oh my God. You can now actually specify the type of parameter and the type of the return type of a function like this. Oh, so this is new. This is not supposed to be old. This is actually new. Okay. This is a list. And okay, let's implement that right away. So let's implement this. So here, this is supposed to be a list. There we go. This is the return type and the input data type. But I'm saying that this is supposed to be a 2. I wonder if I can do a mix up of this. No. Okay, let me think. Maybe because with this, I am specifying that I require this to be an int. But I wonder if I can specify the default value like this then? Yes. Looks like it's working properly. Okay, so the number of sides needs to be int, and it returns a list. So this thing needs to return a list. So, okay. Huh. Okay, it needs to return a less anyway. Okay, fine. So I'm validating this. What happens if I use the run thing? Let's actually create a test for that. Why not? Okay, so let's test. Create dice data type, and here on this single test, I'm going to be running all of my stuff. Oh wait, self. So okay, so let's say, well, let's copy this fragment here. What this test should do? Test number 3. To be int on create dice. There we go. So the plan here is to validate that when I pass something that is not an integer, this actually breaks. So let's see. How will I do this? Well, I guess I can call create dice with any number. I guess a 6-sided dice maybe, just to make it interesting. And this is a 6-sided dice. Okay, so that's my first object. My next dice is, well, that's my first dice. It's a less basically. So now let's say let's make a 2_sided dice, but this time I'm going to test out what happens if I add a string that reads 2, maybe. Okay, and that should fail. Okay, and well, actually, when I try to create this, let's create it with, well, it's going to, what happens if I make a -6, okay? A negative numbers, maybe. Well, this will be, let's create dice data type. No, this is not a different data type. But what happens if I create a 6.3? And that is going to be weird, you know. Imaginary sided dice, and for this I will say 5G, I think it's called. This is an imaginary number, but I'm going to create a dice that tries to, I don't know, use an imaginary number. Let's try the Boolean sided dice equals to create dice with a false. There we go. So all of this should fail, and I have not written code to validate data types for these things. Okay, so all of these tests should fail. Well, it's a single test, but it asserts. Oh wait, it's not asserting anything yet, so it's not going to fail. So let's say self dot assert what is less equal six-sided dice. I already have that. Like this, for example. Well, let's copy that. Expected result is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's six-sided dice, and the expected result. That should be the first thing to assert. Let's make another assertion. Well, I guess I can just copy paste this thing. Expected result is not going to matter because this should return. Wait, if I am asserting, I'm not asserting this. I am asserting something else. Assert data types. In this instance, this is what I am asserting. And I need to put any object. I guess the six-sided dice. Semicolon. Well, that's going to assert the data type anyway. It's not going to assert, and it's going to assert the data type of the returned thing. Huh. Well, I know. No, I'm doing this wrong. And I think I have an example here. I can assert open file test2. Oh, that's test2. Okay. I think I can assert this instance of. There we go. So I put any object and then a class type or a tuple. Okay, let's look for examples. Let's go to the unit test. Quick search. There we go. It's the same page. There we go. These are all the methods. Here we are. Okay. Sir, it's on the same page, maybe? Yeah, it's on the same page. Never mind. There we go. Here's an example. If only the exception and possibly the message arguments are given, return a context manager so that the code under test can be written in line rather than as a function. Okay. When used as context manager, assert rises accepts the additional keyword message. The context manager will store the caught exception object in its exception attribute. Okay, nice. So I can actually print that out. The exception, there we go. And well, let's try the basic one. I don't even need this. I'm just validating stuff. Okay, assert rises. So down here, I need to add the exception that I want to cap. So the exception will be type error is called. Thank you. the type error exception, it's going to assert that this code over here is going to do that. So I'm going to actually put it right here. And actually I can just copy paste everything here. So all of that should create type errors that should fail. And if it doesn't fail, I need to see why it didn't fail. So let's try again. Oh, and we are getting some issues here. Okay, let me see. Type error. Is it wrong? Is it actually raising something? Oh well, actually it's failing correctly. Yeah, it's raising that. There they are. Okay. Okay, so it's actually raising the error, but I wonder what kind of error or how. Let's try thing by thing. Okay, it's passing the test and it should fail. So it's raising a type error, but why? Is it raising a type error because of what? So what happens if I do a correct thing here? That should fail. There we go. Type error not raised. But I wonder now. Let's see what happens, really. Let's create a dice with 6.5. And let's print that out. What do you want, Steam? Oh, yeah, restart, I don't care. So let's run the test. Oh no, never mind. And there we go. What do we have here? Oh, it's raising a type error. Because I'm giving up a float. And the object float cannot be interpreted as an integer. Obviously not. So so I have two options here to round the value to an integer beforehand, or raise an exception and leave that word for the other programmer. In this case, it's going to be myself. So what happened? What did you do? Next. Rules of Dread now available. Oh, there is a new killer. Heroes Hour. Okay. Really interesting games. Stray. I can pre-purchase that. Close. If only I had the time and the energy. It's 11 p.m. already. Oh my god. Okay, so that's the issue. Is type error okay? Yes. It's been raised by Python, not by me. And I wonder why this is not actually failing here. Create dice is requiring an integer. I'm passing a float and it's not complaining about it. Okay, so what happens if I pass a string, for example? The same thing. It can only concatenate the string, not end. I guess. But why though? What does this do? Okay, you can now actually specify the type parameter and the type return function like this. Okay. Here we can see that pic takes two parameters, a list and an integer. It should also return an integer. So here is implied that L is a list of integers, which we can see without much effort, but for more complex functions, it can be a bit confusing. Okay. L, list of ints, index. Yeah, instantiating parameters with mutable objects is not a good idea. Setting default values here. Index is going to be 0. Oh, look at this. It's actually saying index, semicolon. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. No, I'm doing it right. Look at this. It's the name of the parameter, semicolon, the type, and the default value. And the default value. Okay. And it returns an index. It's not rising type error. Oh, okay, which means you are expected to be aware of what you can pass to a function and what you can't. If you really want to write a code that throws type errors, you can use the isInstance function to check that the base argument is of the proper type or subclass of like this. Okay. So we are consenting adults then. If that is the philosophy, well, I guess he's right. He's not wrong. So this is going to rise a type error. All of this should rise type errors. So I guess I passed this test without doing much. But now comes the actual function that I want to do. The value error. Value error. That's an exception I need to raise. Inappropriate argument value of correct type. Yeah, the type is correct. And this thing should fail. Just as S. There we go, it failed. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, unit test. 3 tests ran. There was 1 fail, 1 error. Float object cannot be interpreted as integer. That's fine. Oh, wait. The 3rd test failed. Oh, type erase. Oh, wait. It's getting the same name. I just copy pasted. Test create dice. Value error. Value error. There we go. To be greater or equals to 2. Yeah, because the lowest sided dice should be 2, because 1 is going to return 1 all the way. So it's needs to be positive, and validates the argument value to be positive and greater than 2. So all of this, let's say -2, because it needs to be the right type. So it needs to be the right type, maybe 0, maybe 1, and value error, the right type is an integer. It needs to be the right integer, greater than 2. Oh, I'm sleepy. It's almost midnight. I should be getting some sleep. Okay, let's do this test number 4, and continue tomorrow. With self-assert rises value error, okay. Create dice with -2 that should fail, 0 that should fail, 1 that should fail. And I can't think of anything else. Okay. This test should fail. Oh, wait. No, never mind. There we go. 1 test failed. Test number 4 failed. Test create dice value error. Okay, trace back. Assertion error, value error not raised. For what? Create dice 1. Yeah, that's perfect. So those are my invalid things. So -2 value error raised. I guess it's been raised by my least comprehension. 0 is valid, but it didn't rise a value error. It didn't fail, and that's worrisome. But anyway. Assertion error, value error not raised. On create dice with 1. So that means that create dice. Let's comment this out. And value error not raised. Create 0. So I guess this failed because it should fail. So I was worried that maybe it passed the other 2, but I guess it's just showing the last one that failed. Let me just to be sure. That should fail. There we go. So all fail. That's perfect. That's fine. That was I looking for. The test fails. I am on the red phase. That's fine. So I need to implement minimal code to allow that thing to pass. Let's clear out this file a little bit. So although I'm asking here, I am specifying that I am expecting an end. But he didn't care. It's not throwing a type error because that's between consenting adults, supposedly. So I don't know. Alas, what I'm going to do here is validation. And I already have one. I already did this one. So for something. Oh wait, I know. If how did I validate this? I don't remember. Maybe I need to. I already did this successfully. So let's go to GitLab, learn in Python, practice inheritance. No, how did I validate this thing? Is this thing here? No, not here. Oh my god, it didn't save. No, not here either. No, I was not practicing there then. Where was that file? In Socratica Python is nothing. Complete 0 to mastery. Maybe review? Unit test? No, this is. I am on the right folder now. No, not open folder. Open file. In the main. Just type error, okay. Yeah. I don't remember where that is. But okay, anyway. If I'm going to get the type of my number of sites parameter. If the type is not in, and I'm going to create a list, a little list, and I'm going to list types here. And then raise I think it's type error. There we go. So it is the type of the numbers of sites. It's not end actually. So just raise a type error. And I think I can inappropriate argument type. Okay, no. How do I put a message here? That message? No. No, I think it's just this with the actual message. The number of sites is invalid. Must be at least two or more. So positive numbers basically. I hope that that's a good message. Okay, so type error is nice, it's okay. So with this code, I'm validating the data type validation. I add in data type validation here. And that's it with this code. This is adding data type validation for the input. And I'm giving a descriptive message here. Now I want to add data or value validation. And here I'm going to say if number of sites is greater or equal to 2, or well, actually, it's going to be easier. If number of sides is lesser than 2, then raise value error, and getting very simple now. And my value errors should say, oh wait, no, this is just validating data types. Well, this message actually belongs to the value error. There we go. And I need a message here. Number of sites must be an int data type. It's currently, oh, there we go. I guess I can escape it like this. Its current data type is, oh my god, I need to help my parents with money. I want to help them. Oh my god, I'm getting better. Getting sleepy now. Okay, number of sites must be an int data type. Its current data type is, and I should print here. Well, the actual the type of the number of sites, you know. Oh, there we go, formatted. There we go, perfect. So what's going on here now is that I'm going to be validating the data type and the value. So if the data type of the number of sites is not int, then I'm going to send a message saying number of sites must be an int data type. Its current data type is, and whatever the data type is. And the value validation is the number of sites is invalid, must be at least 2 or more. And now all the tests passed. There we go. So yeah, it cannot be a negative number. It cannot be 0. It cannot be 1. Let's try, just for the sake of testing, let's try 2, and that should fail. Oh, didn't fail. Why not? A 2. Oh yeah, because 2 is a valid one. Oh wait, but I didn't got a value error then. Okay, value error not raised. If number of sites is lesser than 2. Value error. Type error is fine, but value error was not raised. Why not? Look at that. That pass, and it should not be passing. Oh, wait a minute. Let's try it here. No, it passes. Value error is not okay. Why is it passing? Okay, let's think. If number of sites is lesser than 2, then raise value error. Actually, let's run it. Oh, because it's not number of sides must be but then again that should have failed. Let's try with this. There we go. Number of sides is invalid. Must be at least 2 or more. Okay, that's fine. Erasing a value error. What about 2? There we go. We are getting an issue here. Well, it's actually returning the stem, but the test, I can see clearly that I'm not raising a value error. Then why? Maybe when I'm running the test, it's not working as I think it's supposed to be working. Maybe I need this for every single one. I think that's it. No. Well, this raise a value error. What about 2? There we go. Value error, not raise. So that's it. I guess I cannot use with several things. What happens if I do this? Oh, I think it's actually working, but since I am actually raising a value error. Okay, no. Let's make it let's go back here. There we go. I need the one line thing. The one line version. Okay, assert races has 2 modes. An assertion, a callable, and an optional list of arguments. So I need the first version. Exception and the callable. So I had 2 versions here. Okay. Well, clearly here you are overloading this thing. I want to learn how to do that. Okay, but let's focus on the first thing. Okay, assert races. Assert rises. Callable. Okay. Let me think. Need to think. I am trying to assert. Well, I guess exception should be value error, and the callable is the actual. So I'm not going to do this. Value error and the callable. And this is my actual assertion. Let's make the other 4, and it's 0, 1, -2 maybe, because I assert in values errors. Okay. Okay, maybe I should give a better message here. Number of sides equals to, well, number of sides, obviously. Number of sides equals to 2 is invalid, or equals to something. Let's format this. There we go. It's invalid, must be at least 2 or more. Okay, no longer need that. And let's try the test. There we go. Number of sides -2 is invalid, must be at least 2 or more. The test failed though. Must be at least 2 or more. Well, obviously it's not going to raise a value error. Test validates value error. Number of sides -2 is invalid, must be at least 2 or more. Why are you running that? It's actually running. Actually, No, this is on the test. This is on the test code. So this one is the one failing. But why? This is value error, but for something else. Okay. Okay, let's see. Face thread. Where are you failing? And getting the actual exception. The value error number of size -2 is invalid. Must be. But what are you trying to run it? What are you trying to run it? Assert races value error, comma the callable. Maybe I just need the function, not really. Maybe it's this. Maybe that's it. Because I'm not passing the callable. I am executing the callable. There we go. So how do I do that? Oh, and I guess that the list of arguments is where I put everything. Yeah, I'm doing this wrong. Okay, I think I get it. I pass it as a callable. There we go. Here's the explanation. Fail unless any section of the class. Okay. And the list of arguments, but I don't have positional. I have what? What's the cursor? Number. What's the name of the argument? Number of sites. Number of sites is going to be equal to -2. And that's how I should be calling this thing. -2, 0, 1, and 2, I guess. So I'm trying to assert all of this. Okay, it's fail. Value error not raised with what? When I say 2, okay, that's fine. But I guess now it's actually working properly. Yeah, because 2 is actually okay. And this should fail if I don't have my... now it's passing. So yeah, that's perfect. Now I just learned how to properly test out value errors. Okay, now I get it. I learned that's really useful, and now I know how to assert rises correctly. Okay, so what else? I guess that's it for today. I'm really tired. It's about to be midnight. I should be getting some sleep because I need to get up for work tomorrow. God. Well. Yeah, I'm getting very, very, very sleepy. But at least I managed to practice test-driven development now. I created 4 quote-unquote simple tests, you know. But I guess everything is fine now. This has been very fun, but I need to get some sleep, you know. I feel very tired. This was making a DICE application with test-driven development. And obviously this is not final. I'm planning to refactor this entire thing inside the class when the time is right, I guess. But for the time being, I think it's doing pretty well. I think it can be way better. Obviously. Wait, what? Oh, because I am offline. Yeah. I'm not streaming on Twitch actually. I just want to monitor my own stream just in case something went wrong, but I don't think so. Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, looks like that's it for today. Thank you for coming in and see you tomorrow.